I think life for young people is very difficult at the moment. If you look at young people and their engagement in purposeful activity, their opportunities have diminished considerably over the last 18 months.
47% of prison offenders were expelled from school. 24% of those were in the care system at some point. Now, that number is only going to get worse, and that's a very scary prospect if we don't do something about young people right now. A lot of the young people that have ended up on my doorstep have come from a place of, in a way, no hope. And that is partly because they've fallen through the cracks.
There's not enough opportunities for young people. Like, many people, including myself, do have dreams of becoming something and putting their skills out there, but I don't think that there is enough places and chances that young people do have to perceive that dream.
When I finished school, I wasn't too sure what to do, and uni didn't seem like the first option for me. It felt like something that I wanted to wait or know for sure if I wanted to do it. I feel like when you're 18, you kind of have to figure out what you want to do right there and then, and I don't think many people do know.
Rather than just go to school and you need to go to uni if you want to be somebody, I feel like we need to take that mindset away from young people and start saying what will make you happy.
In our service, we come across a vast number of young people under the age of 24, and some of them unfortunately are victims of crime, some of them are witnesses or bystanders to it, and some of them, a small number, are suspects. As a service, we would rather help to prevent people falling into the river upstream instead of pulling them out further downstream.
This project is about creating a level playing field for young adults who just haven't been given the same opportunities as others. The mission is to create a state-of-the-art community hub with carefully curated, independent, professional businesses that teach and train and mentor disenfranchised young adults, providing work opportunities and qualifications, as well as support and solutions for mental well-being and nutritional health. We need to be thinking about creating places, a place of belonging that young people can be part of and learn from, where they can come alongside professionals, where they can experience what it's like to create something that you actually can make a living from. In order to have transformational change, you need to deal with young people by looking at mind, body and soul. It has to be holistic. And the program that we're going to be running is divided into 3 areas. So you have professional development, you have personal development, and you have creative development. And those 3 areas are all as important as each other. Professional development is learning to do business, it's learning a craft, it's learning a skill. So what the young people would be doing is they'll be trying out, for instance, working in the bakery, in the florist, in the cafe, in the shop. And we'd also be teaching microfinance so that they learn how to make money from what they're doing.
Young people may not have thought about their earning potential from a career such as being a baker, a florist, or becoming a personal trainer. And equally, they probably haven't been given the chance to think about whether they have got the flair for that particular job or whether they'd enjoy it. So Phoenix Village gives them the chance to really give them a go, try before you buy, and see whether that's what they'd like to do with their future career.
Personal development is crucial because for a lot of young people, they don't feel good about themselves. They feel undervalued and they've got low self-esteem. We would run the Peel project, which is about exploring your personal identity and strengthening your identity and learning about yourself.
I was actually part of the first ever Peel programme when I was younger, back when I was 16, I think. And now I am the lead photographer for the project and part of the training programme as well.
The weekend that I spent doing the Peel project was with some of our care experienced young people that had been in care to the local authority and therefore had experienced quite considerable challenges in their lives. I didn't think it would be as easy to engage them in the Peel project as it turned out to be, so I was delighted, and they were too, more importantly.
The other area is creative development. Some of the biggest innovations that we have in the world today come out of a place of creativity. It changes the way that you see the world, and it changes the way that you feel about the world around you.
Some people think creativity is just painting or just writing, but it's so much more than that, and I think the project recognises that with the practical skills like woodwork and floristry. There's so much more to creativity than what people see on a school curriculum, for example.
It's really important to have that side of you that you can tap into.
It's almost like you're walking into a creative hotspot, you know, and you could really utilise like all the connections around you. So I think any teenager, any 16-year-old, 17, 18, anyone who goes into the Phoenix Village is definitely going to come out like a better person.
Young people, no matter what their start in life, deserve to have something that they can be proud of, and you can't underestimate the power of really high quality, inspirational spaces on people's whole well-being.
So when you enter the building, you're going to enter the ground floor, and to your right there'll be a baker, to your left there'll be a florist, there'll be a cafe, there'll be a shop, and there'll be an arena in the middle of it where people can come and share ideas and collaborate. And right at the back there'll be the workshops that the young people will be able to work within. And then as you go up the building onto the first floor, you'll have smaller business units with innovation and incubators, small startups. On the third floor we'll have the Roost. It's a place of mental well-being for young people to explore their identity, and lots of activities like therapy and counselling and mentoring that can happen in that secure, safe space, and where they work together, explore together and achieve together. The fourth floor is a residential area called The Nest, and it's 18 to 20 rooms. It's a crash pad, and it offers respite for young people who are in care or in between fostering and adoption.
Through being involved in the project, they might have had counselling, they might have had mentoring, they might have needed to stay there. First and foremost, what it says is somebody cares about you. You know, we're here for you, and that's fundamentally important, particularly in these days of disconnection.
By having the Nest, there'll be a vast amount of opportunities for them literally on their doorstep, and they'll be able to have breakfast, lunch and dinner, and to sit with professionals and a real community sense around them that's supporting them in lots and lots of different ways.
What the evidence shows from the research on ACEs and trauma is the importance of forming trusted adult relationships, and this is a place where those trusted adults can be with them, showing them new skills and developing them as people.
On the roof there will be a multi-use greenhouse which can be used for events and catering, but will also have herbs growing up the wall. I think that this will be a really nice way to connect the local people with how food is grown, instead of it being a completely separate enterprise.
So you've got the services, you've got the employment opportunities, you've got the social aspect and the mind, body and soul. I think it just takes care of everything in one place and makes it really easy for young people to develop themselves.
The inspiration behind it, the imagination behind it, the vision behind it has a sense of a young person better equipped to face the challenges that life is going to throw at them.
We want to create a business model that does charitable work, not a charity trying to do business. The creative businesses can't survive within a renting system that becomes too expensive for them because they need so much more space. I needed to create a model for this new project that would allow for businesses like bakers and silk screen printers and typesetting, sitting alongside tech companies and other SME businesses. I then thought about the giving share, which is basically a model that looks at profit, and it's a contribution like tithing, where you contribute as a business into a pot, and that pot then serves the project. In the current system, most people are looking for a financial return, and with that mentality, projects like this will never happen. What we need is to start looking at the enormous social return that a project like this would have, and know that in the long run there would be a financial return by reducing crime, creating new jobs, and improving people's livelihoods. So the only way that this project is going to happen is through private equity investment, where we buy the land and the building and put it into a trust, and then the Phoenix Village project is the operator and operates that model in a sustainable way that doesn't rely on grants and funding from outside and doesn't have a landlord, because we are the landlord. The giving share is the landlord that pays back into the project. So we've got the vision and we've got proof of concept. We've got a sustainable model, community support and like-minded partners ready to move in. What we need now is a substantial financial backing to make sure this becomes a reality for young people.
In Africa, we have this proverb that we say it takes a whole village to raise a child. Kids are going to walk in there and then come out as better people.
This is the time to get involved with this groundbreaking project and give young people the future they deserve.